I built this recently for two reasons. One is I fancied a knife in this style, and secondly, well, because I can really. It's based upon the CRKT Minimalist, which look like these, and I thought they were quite an interesting style of knife, designed by Alan Foltz in Florida. The one I particularly wanted was this one, but they're about, what, 35, 40 pounds over here, about the same as they cost in dollars. So I thought I'd have a go at making one. So this is what I got. I was made in the usual fashion with a bench grinder and an angle grinder. Managed to use an angle grinder to cut these lot out, which I was quite pleased with because I wasn't sure I was going to be able to do it, but I did. Fits my hand really, really nicely because obviously it's made for my hand. This finger hole here is a little bit wide, could have been a bit smaller, but it isn't. It fits my hand really nicely. I even got the balance pretty good. It's a small knife, little lanyard hole. I'm going to make a lanyard for it. I ran out of green, bright green, vivid green paracord to match this toxic green kyanite, which I think is a great description. Use these hollow tubes which I bought from a model railway shop, in place of the usual sort of ones I get from a knife making place. They were probably quite a lot cheaper, and I think they just look again. It was just a little bit more interest to the whole knife. It is surprisingly and pleasingly sharp, and this time I have practiced this. Yep, we'll try it on a water bill. Yeah, that'll do. One of the reasons for that is I improvised a bevel cutting guide, which was this piece of wood, which actually worked surprisingly well. Hold it against there, belt drives running there, and just put it across. It's yeah, we use the right bit. It actually worked quite well. So that's my CRKT Minimalist inspired knife. Just fun to make. It's D2 steel because I still had a piece of that left over. Had to make sure that this couldn't really be used as a knuckle duster because they're illegal under UK law, and I fancy getting into trouble for making something just I was making for a bit of fun. All in all though, generally quite pleased with it. I had to use specific carbide tipped drill bits to get through these holes. Drilled very slowly, stopped drilling every 5 seconds, cooled a bit down in water and used plenty of cutting oil, and it actually went through really surprisingly quickly. I was really quite pleased with that. All in all then, small knife. Took ages to build because the weather was either very bad or I was working, but I'm really quite pleased with it. So that's my CRKT Minimalist inspired knife.